At the time of recording this script, I have learned that Chuck Norris has finally allowed death to come take him. And so I thought it would be fun to talk about what character in A Song of Ice and Fire would have fit him best if he had ever been cast in the franchise. Chuck Norris, in my eyes, is not a particularly fantastic actor. He falls into the same area as other action stars of his time, like Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Willis. Not a lot of range. Pretty much when you've seen him in one movie, you've seen him in all. But that still doesn't discount his talent as a karate champion and his success that he's had in film. Just don't expect a wide variety of deep characters. It's a shame there are not really any martial arts characters in the franchise for him. Or cowboys. But I'm sure we can find some decent choices. Of all the characters in the show Game of Thrones though, Barristan Selmy is probably my first choice and the best choice. And can you blame me? When I see a man who was kicking ass well into his 60s and looks healthy and better passing away in his 80s in a bed than I do living and breathing, it's hard not to be curious about what he could have done with this role, considering he was already a pretty badass old man himself. In House of the Dragon, a young Norris would be a fun choice for Kristen Cole, though he looks more like a Tully than a Stormlander. And sticking to old badass men, Harold Westerling could easily fit his MO, and I refuse to believe the writers are so incompetent to keep the character alive, unlike in the books, and not bring him back. But then again, the writers have consistently surprised me with how bad they are, so maybe I shouldn't hold my breath. I've written scripts for previous actors talking about how I'm planning on adding a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and honestly, for most of them I've been struggling. But Chuck Norris? I think he's got two perfect options. Arlen of Pennytree or Maekar Targaryen. I think he would do fantastic in either one of these roles. And finally, a book-only character, and I'm tempted to just take a clip from a previous short, but John Connington. And hey, at least this time I'm picking a red-headed guy, even if it's not quite as fiery as the book counterpart. But an old veteran soldier knight? I think Chuck could do great at that. And there we go. Rest in peace, Norris. You entertained my father while I was just a twinkle in his eye, and I enjoyed watching you throw hands with Bruce Lee. What do you all think, though? Like my casting choices, or do you think there's a character that Chuck Norris would fit even better as? Make sure to let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, be safe everyone.